Hello and welcome to a wonderful round 5 in Miami as we are getting underway here with our first group of outlaps. As you can see, we are just underway now. A few racers getting out, getting some quick, speedy laps going. As we organize everything. There we are. And as you can see, a few people on their first sort of flying lap as we're on board with Racer X as he is coming through to the final straightaway here, but for turn 17. Along the very long backstretch, as Mitch has set the fastest lap with a 1:29.8. And Osmanian Devil having taken over with a 1:29.54, and Racer X with a 1:29.250. While we're getting these first groups underway, let's pull up our expected groupings today. So we do have Younger with Red Bull, or should have Younger with Red Bull. Mitch and Tin Man the Rowdy over at Mercedes Gasboy is here, as is Mediati, the Johnny Damon, and Osmanian Devil here with the Alpine team. Cam Tizzle running today in the McLaren. We have Ray not available today, but the Red Devil is here, I believe. Yeah, there he goes as he sets the fastest lap in the Alfa Romeo. And then in the Aston Martin, we do have Racer X. He is flying solo today. We do have the two Haas's in Schultz and Drafta, and then we have no Wolfsburg tuner. Oh no, Wolfsburg is here today, as is Electric Blade, and then King C. in the Williams. And how everything is looking so far: we have the Johnny Damon in P1, Cam Tizzle in second, Electric Blade third, Drafta fourth, King C. in fifth, Jay Ghost in sixth, Ray seventh, Hayden Rogers in eighth, Rex in ninth, Tin Man the Rowdy in 10th, Osmanian Devil in 11th, Wolfsburg Tuner in 12th, Beamer Blunt in 13th, Knick-Knack Paddywhack in 14th, Red Devil in 15th, Racer X in 16th, Mediati in 17th, Colin in 18th, Gasboy 19th, and Mitch in 20th. In regards to our team standings, we have Alpine P1, McLaren in 2, Haas 3, Williams 4, Alfa Romeo 5, Alpha Tauri in 6, Mercedes in 7, Aston Martin 8, Ferrari in 9th, and Red Bull in 10th place. As we are making our way through the first grouping. All right, there we go. As we are underway there, we'll bring back up. So as you can see, we currently, as of right now, we have Drafta in P1, Electric Blade P2, B. Schultz in P4, Red Devil, or sorry, B. Schultz in P3, Red Devil in P4, the Johnny Damon in P5, Racer X in P6. We're on board with Mitch as he is trying to complete a flying lap here. He is currently holding P7. Cam Tizzle is in P8. Osmanian Devil in P9. Younger in P10. Gasboy in P11. King C. 12. Tin Man the Rowdy in 13. Wolfsburg Tuner in 14th. And Gasboy in 15th currently. As it stands currently, we have Drafta with the fastest Sector 1 and Sector 3, and Schultz holding on to the fastest Sector 2. As we now are coming onto the straightaway as Mitch getting a little loose, ending up in towards the wall there. We can see Gasboy also on his flying lap. I'm not sure. You have two Gasboys? Interesting. Not sure what's going on with that, but I think that's wrong. Either way. As he is going to have come across to get himself into P5. So the only ones still without a time, or the only two without a time still, are Younger and Wolfsburg Tuner, though it looks like Wolfsburg is coming out, and it looks like Younger is just coming through the bridge section. I believe that is coming towards... Yeah, there's the bridge section. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't look right. There we go, as he turns down for turn 16 on the long straightaway, heading towards turn 17 here. We're on board with that Red Bull of the Younger as he makes his way through this very long straightaway where a lot of passing can occur if you do have that DRS, as he makes his way through turn 17 to turn 18, and then final corner of turn 19. Getting himself up into P5. King C. we can see as he is going through turn 8 as he does set a purple sector 1 there. Having a flyer so far. That's a purple sector 2 as well. The DRS going to be open for the Alpine here. Through turn 17 into turn 18 and turn 19, and this lap is going to get him up into P3 for the Johnny Damon. See Cam Tizzle there, he is just in the ends of his, so he's on the cooldown lap. Younger is on his way into the pits. We have Racer X out as he is making his way through the bridge area here. Catching that little bit of a sausage curve on the right turn, or right-hand corner before getting there, and getting it all situated as he gets up to speed so he can throw open the DRS. Where a little bit of a lockup, it sounds like, as he was heading into turn 16, or turn 17, sorry, before 18 in the final turn here. DRS opening as he gets himself through. Unfortunately, will not improve as he will stay in P10 for now. King C-Dot. He's going to start his flying lap fairly shortly here, just harvesting right on board for an entire full lap here on the DRL sponsored Williams. Staying tight to that wall, getting all the way left, trying to not ride the curves too much, because these curves can spin you out very quickly. We obviously are wanting to avoid that if we can. Makes his way into turn 1, turn 2, and those two corners can be a little sketchy. As get on the throttle a little too aggressive with a little too much, you can end up spinning yourself around. In this kind of fun area, it's a constant like battle of speed and holding your speed, because you don't want to get too much, you just don't want to lose too much all at once. Into turn, I believe, coming up to 14-15, this fun little castle almost castle-like section, reminiscent of Baku last week, but a little less castles around it. As they head on down near the football stadium. Decides to not go for it. So scraps that time, heads into the pits, gets himself. Let's see, we can take a look. As we can see, Osmanian Devil is on his way around. He is on his flying lap. It does look like Schultz has retired, so he will be done for this one. Into the more popular section here. The one that everybody kind of either loves or hates, as it's a little tricky. Makes his way down through the final couple corners here. He is going to use this to get his time up into P9 from P12, so a nice little improvement there as we're running into our final grouping of the last minute 10-ish by the time that goes away. And most people will be out on an out lap by now, hoping to get through, making sure they can get their flyer done. As it looks like Mediati is going to be our front runner here of his flying lap. It looks like Electric Blade is now done, as he is going to be current P4. As Mediati makes it through the S's before the hard left with speed into the long straight, windy straight, I guess, throwing open DRS right about there. We're heading into this very tight, very technical, kind of windy section of turns 11 basically through to turn 16. as they make their way through. The long straightaway, we have a couple of guys who have finished. The Gas Boy is done. He will have his 128.272. And Wolfsburg Tuner and King C. all have finished. As Mediati does not improve, and he will stay in P14. It does look like we have the Haas of Drafta on his way through. The Johnny Damon having taken over the fastest lap here. The 127.648. Just getting past Drafta there is 127.7. So just ahead of him by about 500. Although Drafta then turns around and just annihilates his time for 127.198, which is a just absolutely flying lap there, as that will put him just under 0.5 of a second ahead. So he is the proverbial Max Verstappen, as I believe we just have the one car left out there, and that's Tin Man the Rowdy, as he will be just heading into the pits. So as it stands, this will be our final standings going on its way in to start the race. So this is how our starting order will be. So we will have a pretty interesting grouping, although it does sound like some Wi-Fi kicked out for somebody. So as it stands, our starting order will be Drafta in P1, the Johnny Damon in P2, Red Devil in P3, Younger in P4, Cam Tizzle P5, Electric Blade P6, B Schultz in P7, Gas Boy in P8, Racer X in P9, Osmanian Devil in 10th, Tin Man the Rowdy in 11th, the King C. 12th, Mitch in 13th, Mediati in 14th, and Wolfsburg Tuner in 15th. As we get underway, we'll quickly bring our map up. As everyone is going to be organizing their strategies, trying to make sure that their vehicles have the right tires and everything's organized and they're all good to go. So as you can see, 19 corners, 3 sectors. There are 2 DRS zones. You've got it between turns 9 to just before turn 11, and then through from 16 down to turn 17. I guess, sorry, 3. There's a third one. I always forget about that guy along the front straight there from turn 19 down towards turn 1. We will hopefully have some very, very fun drives over this one, as we get organized and everybody gets what they need to have done. And as we are almost underway here, we'll quickly bring up, so our next race we will be heading to Imola, then Monaco, Barcelona, Montreal, Spielberg, Silverstone, Hungaroring, Spa, Zandvoort, Monza, Singapore, Suzuka, Qatar, Coda, Mexico, Interlagos in Brazil, Las Vegas, and then the Yas Marina in and we're just getting to our finalized grouping of organization here as we are getting underway. Formation lap is underway. As I said, we have Drofta, the Johnny Damon, Red Devil Younger, Cam Tizzle, Electric Blade, B Schultz, Gasboy, Racer X, Tasmanian Devil, Tin Man the Rowdy, King C. Dot, Mitch Mediati, and Wolfsburg Tuner. Most of which will be starting on mediums, a couple soft runners in there, and then some hards as well. Our expected sort of idea of what we're going to be doing. If you're looking at medium to hard or soft medium, all kind of depends. Obviously, any safety cars will sort of play into that. As we have all 5 lights on, all 5 lights out, and we are off as it looks like the Haas gets a little bit of a slower start there as the Johnny Damon is able to get by him. And it looks like the Red Devil and the Alfa Romeo might be getting past him as well, as we have a couple of people spinning around in the background. We have a caution. We do have a 5-second penalty already for a collision in the background, as the Osmanian Devil having a little bit of trouble there as he is able to get past him and the Rowdy, but he is going to have, or Mediati in that Ferrari is going to have himself a 5-second time penalty as his teammate is trying to battle with Wolfsburg Tuner to keep him away. As we can see, Cam Tissel here also kind of got himself in between Younger and Electric Blade dueling it out as well. We have Drofta having dropped down 2 positions off the start, just having a really bad start there as he is trying to catch the Red Devil, and the Johnny Damon trying to get away as best he can, coming through the more or less castle section. The bridge section as Drofta gets a little bit sideways as he comes out of turn 16. Hayden Rushers, what's up, brother? How's it going? Yeah, you were gone for a trip. Hopefully that went well. Sad you aren't able to make it in, but looks like we're going to have a pretty good, solid race going on so far. Hopefully, at least. As we do have a few groups kind of separating themselves, as the Johnny Damon does set the fastest lap as he was able to get away very quickly. And you can see a Gas Boy currently heading his way into the pits. As I think he did get some damage, and yes, he is going to be getting a new front wing, as is, I believe, the Osmanian Devil here, as he is also going to be getting himself a new front wing. As we do have the Red Devil and Drofta as 2 of our closer competitors, as the Johnny Damon has started to open up himself a little bit of a lead. Oh, I do still have the seasons tracks up. You are correct, sir. There we go. Now everyone can see everything. Yes, but how was Gran Turismo? So if anyone missed anything, this is where we're at. As you can see, dueling it out right now. Yep, stats are gone. Sorry about that, Christopher. As Johnny Damon sets another fastest lap with a 1:31, which is a flying lap around here. As we can see, some gats starting to definitely form, as it looks like Mitch might be under threat here very shortly, with King C-Dot trying to reel him in that Duracell Williams. Trying to get as many points as he can for everybody, as he is one of the solo drivers today. As Drofta is also able to get past Red Devil up into P2, as King C-Dot also passes Mitch and gets himself into P8. Ooh, but King C-Dot and Mitch are going to have a little bit of a duel here as they're going a little bit back and forth. Ooh, a little bit of contact on the back tire there, it looked like, with the front wing of Mitch, as he just kind of trying to keep it all together, got a little squiggly and made some contact there. All good, gotta see Benjamin, my son, win this race. He's doing, I believe, Ben Schultz? Yeah, figured this is most likely him. I think he had an internet connection issue a little earlier, as we get a fastest lap of 1:31.115 out of Drofta, as he and the Johnny Damon dueling it out, coming through into the sort of S's. The Johnny Damon able to kind of chop the nose a little bit and hold himself up front. So it looks like we have a little bit of an incident. I think that is Racer X having himself a little bit of a time down in turn 1. One of those kind of sketchier corners as you try and maneuver your way. If you get on the gas a little early, it can definitely send you for a very fun spin. As Mediati has also headed himself into the pit lane. We do have Drafta getting ahead of Johnny Damon now with that DRS advantage. They make their way into the super tight section. Turns 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Let's see, the front three all very close together with a little bit of a gap to Electric Blade, who is being chased by Younger. And Cam Tizzle sort of on his own in between there, and Schultz just behind him, and King CDOT, and you can see Mitch trying to reel him in as well, as Johnny Damon does get past Girafta as they make their way through. But he is going to tuck back in and kind of weave a little bit for King CDOT, as Mitch was able to get ahead of him. He is very competitive at subsets when his internet. Yeah, it's always worse when it's not something you can control, as it looks like Drafta had a little bit of an incident in turns 1 and 2, and that's going to drop him way back as he gets off the racing line and allows Mitch and King CDOT to get ahead of him. So opens up quite a little bit of, or quite a gap there. Now our biggest, sort of closest grouping going to be Younger and Electric Blade, as the Johnny Damon has created a little bit of a spacing. We do have King CDOT and Mitch now, as he is trying to make a move up on the inside of that little, almost hairpin of, I believe that's, I can never remember that corner, because there's so many small corners that they can constitute in here. But, and then we see, ooh, is there almost 3 wide going into turn 11. Mitch is able to hold on to it. Drafta and King CDOT side by side as they make their way through, heading into the very tight section. What they are, Drafta is going to get ahead, and he will take over P8. As you can see, Tin Man the Rowdy starting to reel them in, as well as it looks like Younger and Electric Blade also dueling it out, trying to hold on to that last podium position. As they make their way, as we complete lap 6 and start lap 7 here. As King C looks like Drafta having to go in. I'm assuming he's probably getting himself a new front wing, as well as he had that spin coming out of turn 1. And he did what he could to sort of fight for it, but let's see if he is getting one. Yeah, getting a front wing up there as well, so that's going to put him pretty far down, but we do have King CDOT. He's trying to sort of make his way up. And Tin Man the Rowdy just within that second as well, as they're going to make their way through. Into turn 8, we're heading out on this sort of long-ish straightaway, as Younger is going to get ahead of Electric Blade for now, obviously coming down. It does look like we have another incident. I believe that is, yeah, Racer X, as he gets a little squirrely coming through that little hairpin-ish area, as he's now got to wait for a clearing, so he's able to pull a quick U-turn and get himself back underway, as that's going to drop him down to P15, as we do have Electric Blade getting his way through on this long back straightaway. Drafta getting a 5-second time penalty for ignoring a yellow flag, and that's going to be rather unfortunate, as there's always hard things to deal with there. As yeah, Electric Blade now starting to open up, though the Red Devil now really starting to catch the Johnny Damon. He is within 0.5 of a second, so this could get a little spicy now as we make our way through the kind of S's section of I believe that's 4, 5, 6, and 7. We'll see what ends up happening, is they're going to head right down to the DRS zone, and Red Devil should have DRS as that gets opened up, and see if he's able to reel him in. He's going to have to try and get nice and close, and if he's does it smart, he might get the DRS here, get himself nice and close, go through the castle section, have no issues there, as Younger has apparently left the section, so he's going to be in AI mode, so hopefully he's able to get himself back in very quickly. But yeah, Red Devil going to want to be as close as he can, because as soon as they come out of this corner, of turn 16 right here. He's going to want to be down on the throttle, trying to reel in the Johnny Damon as best he can, try and use his DRS to his advantage to be able to reel him in, though it doesn't look like he's even opened his DRS, but I'm pretty sure he would have. Ah, yes, there's Younger joining back in, and then he will get a third DRS attempt on this as he makes his way towards the finish line, as it does look like Cam Tizzle has actually gotten himself past Younger while he was out of commission, I guess, with rather unfortunately. And then we do have the Mercedes sandwich of Mitch, King C. and Tin Man the Rowdy Bull kind of dueling it out there as well, as we stay on with the Red Devil and the Johnny Damon, as they are working their way, trying to kind of create a little bit of space between the two, but at the same time, Red Devil trying to really stay as close as he can. As it looks like Mediati has an incident, and we are going to have our first safety car, as it looked like Mediati had a problem coming out of turn 2, ended up clipping the wall, and that's going to send him out for the evening. That will bring out our first safety car. Well, we made it 8 laps. Good job, guys. After last week's, I think it was castle section, halfway. We made it halfway through lap 1 last time, and that's going to be really unfortunate, as the Johnny Damon's going to get a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car, and that's gonna hurt, because he's going to have to serve that under green flag conditions. So I could see a couple of people possibly going to want to come in. I think the Johnny Damon is going to want to come in and get himself onto some different tires, and then he's going to have to come in for a second time. So rather unfortunate, as I think that has dropped him. I'm trying to find him actually at all. There he is. Oh, he has another issue too, and loses his front wing, so he's very much going to have to come in pit, as we see the front 2 till 6 and now 7 all rushing into the pit lane here. The Red Devil, the only one staying out, and he is going to be on some of the older tires, as it looks like the Johnny Damon. Let's see who all gets out, where and when, as all the way up into the top 9 have gotten themselves onto some new tires. The Red Devil, the only one deciding not to, and that's going to be interesting, as I'm assuming that's an accident. Because if I remember correctly, I don't think we're expecting rain today. And okay, now we gotta double check. Let's make sure I'm not. Yep, no, he is on intermediates. So he's gonna be ripping around trying to get himself onto a new set, I'm assuming very quickly here. If I remember correctly, we are, not expecting any rain for this race. So, questionable decisions made there. Yeah. So I'm curious if he's going to come in again. No rain expected. As Mediati has left, which we aren't happy about seeing, because that can cause issues, but there are enough. As yes, he is going to head back into the pits there. There was and throw on some yellow walled mediums there, which makes way more sense. And then I guess the other big one we're going to have. question about is what Johnny Damon is going to do here. As we should have the safety car coming in more than likely at the end of this lap here. As there goes the pace car as we make our way around the final corner. We'll hop back in with Red Devil as he's underway. We are back green and we are flying as he is going to be on much older tires than almost everybody else. I think there's only Gas Boy and Osmanian Devil fighting on those soft, or the mediums, and that are on as tires almost as old here. As we can see, Electric Blade now really trying to push the Red Devil here. Cam Tizzle holding on to P4, and Schultz kind of thankful that that happened, as Cam Tizzle dropping down a couple spots there as the Red Devil, and ooh, the Red Devil goes very wide coming out of that corner, and that is going to give Electric Blade the lead now. But Schultz being very happy with that, as that brought everybody nice and close together for him, so he's able to start working on picking guys off and making moves up the field here. As we can see, Mitch trying to make a move up the inside in kind of a precarious area, but he is able to do it, though Schultz is going to fight back quite hard, and he is not going to give up that position freely, as they are going wheel to wheel down through towards turn one as Johnny Damon comes in to serve his penalty. And it looks like Schultz is going to be able to hold it on as he fights. And they're side by side for half this lap already. You can see on board here as he's going to have the outside line, and unfortunately for him, Mitch is going to be able to make his way through and get up into P5 as Schultz is holding on to P6. With that, Schultz also losing out in third place to King C-Dot. He is going to get DRS fairly shortly. Hopefully be able to battle back a little bit here. Just might be struggling a little bit with that top end speed. You can see Red Devil also struggling a bit as he is now down into P4 with those much older tires, and I think he's going to have a little bit of a regret that he did not come in, as DRS is now going to be enabled. As it looks like Mitch is going to make his move as well as he gets past Red Devil. So Red Devil having dropped from P1 down to P5. and under threat of King C Dot as well, as he tries to make a move up the inside. Cuts the track a little bit. We'll see how that ends up going. I think he's going to have to give that position back, but we will see, as it looks like he does. Schultz coming up right behind him as this little group of three coming in to each other quite close. Younger now takes over the lead as he is past Electric Blade as well, but we can see Schultz looking like he's trying to make a move up on the inside of the Red Devil, but unable to quite get there. He's going to be able to come out of turn 16. He's going to want to hold on to as much of a lead as he can as he goes whipping by. Red Devil doesn't even pull up a fight and almost basically pulls directly out of the way. That'll allow Schultz to try and chase down King C Dot. Schultz being given some DRS from that, as well as Drafta also making it past Red Devil. As we can see, Electric Blade now, he's going to have some DRS coming down the front straight, as he's going to cut down to the inside, decides to dive back behind instead of trying to make that move, as Red Devil has now come into the pits, as has Gas Boy. I'm curious if Tasmanian Devil will as well, as he's on also 11 lap old tires, and it looks like he is going to decide to not. He was going to stay exactly where he was. Schultz having reeled back in King C Dot as he is trying to get past him as well. He does have a little bit of the threat of his teammate Drafta right behind him. Looks like Drafta is starting to make a move, but that is going to be with the help of DRS as they make their way down to turn 17 here. Still trying to reel in King C Dot as both Haas's hoping they has the speed to get there. Tasmanian Devil has now hopped into the pits, hoping to get himself some new tires as he puts on a pair of hard boots, or a set of hard boots there. As Red Devil having a lot of trouble as he's now fighting it out with Wolfsburg Tuner down in P11 after having been in the lead for a good chunk of time here, though Drafta has made his way past as he is going to also pass King C Dot here. This will allow Schultz a little bit of a chance to be able to make a move here, as that's going to back King C Dot right up into sort of his front wing. You can see Electric Blade as Mitch makes his way, or is fighting his way with Cam Tizzle here. And he is going to make the move stick for now, as Electric Blade trying to track down Younger. Looks like Drafta is had some problems as he's going to lose out on a spot to Mitch, or almost loses out a spot on King C-Dot as they're dueling it out again. Getting nice close and nice up close and personal. They try and make their way through. King C-Dot and Drafta swapping back and forth as they make their way through turn 2 and 3. Schultz kind of hanging on to the back of the battle, waiting to pick up the scraps here. As the Electric Blade and Younger also dueling it out at the front. This little grouping here. King C-Dot, Mitch, Drafta. Kind of nice and close all the way down to Schultz here. See Electric Blade and Younger as they... Ooh, Electric Blade gets a little squirrely coming out of there. He is going to be on those hard tires, so they should have a little longer lifespan. The hope is, at least. Should be able to put a little bit more emphasis there, as it looks like King C-Dot starting to get his way, and he's going to be able to get past Mitch there in the Mercedes. As we do have a caution, it looks like Racer X having a little bit of a problem. He's going to get a 5-second time penalty for a severe collision with Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon is going to have another wing missing, and that is going to bring out a VSC, which will at least hopefully be able to help out a little bit for the Johnny Damon. With that wing damage, he's going to have a little bit of problem. As the VSC is now gone, the gas boy is going to get himself a time penalty for corner cutting, which is not an easy thing to do on this track, as there are very few corners that you can cut, but I'm assuming, and most likely, that was down in the British section. As we have quite a few people hopping into the pits here, as we hop on board back again with Electric Blade and Younger, as they're still dueling it out for the top position. As they come out of the British section into turn 16 here, they're going to be hoping, and this looks like it could be a good chance for Electric Blade to be able to really make a move on Younger here, as the DRS is going to be now open. He cuts down to the inside, gets past before even getting to the braking zone, as that will take him into P1. And he is able to hold on to it as they make their way down the front straight. So that's a good bonus for him, as he's going to have the lead going in. There is the very long straightaway on the backside here in Sector 2 that he's going to have to be able to fight Electric Blade, or Younger, off with, as it looks like Gasboy has retired from the session, as it looks like he has himself a incident. Yeah, there it is, as he loses his back wheel on coming out of turn 17, as we do now lose both Ferraris, and that is going to only be a caution, as he was off the racing line and off the track almost completely. So we are going to stay green with no issues there, as Younger is able to get past Electric Blade, as Schultz is able to get himself past Mitch as well. So he is now going to follow his teammate as he is up into P5. Mitch is going to have an opportunity to battle back, as he's going to have DRS as they make their way down into turn 17. And Mitch is going to get ahead. Schultz not wanting to give up on that, as he's going to fight back, and he's going to have DRS. Actually, he should have DRS coming out of the straightaway, and he manages to get ahead before the DRS zone. So he's going to have an interesting time, though, as it looks like Mitch was trying to use a good chunk of his battery to try and make his way through. They're going to keep dueling it out, as he's side by side, wheel to wheel, but Mitch is going to be able to get himself up ahead, as the Johnny Damon does set himself a fastest lap on the softs, as we are coming into our final few laps here. Electric Blade and Younger, they're still dueling it out. As now Electric Blade makes a move back, gets himself up in front. And Drofta making a move past Cam Tizzle, so now Drofta going to be in the podium section. Podium seat. Mitch has now Schultz able to get himself ahead of Mitch, and a significant little lead there, is now they're almost a full second ahead. This is the Johnny Damon on those softs, getting us another fastest lap down into the 130s now, and I think he's the only one so far that's actually been able to do a 130. We'll see here right away, as he's going to get himself some DRS. He'll cut down to the inside, as these two seem destined to duel it out till the end. as this might be so far one of our cleanest races that we've had. Not too many issues. Only one safety car, and then one VSC, so not too bad. As we are getting down to our final few laps here. But, 6 laps to go right away, as we are in the middle of our 7th lap. There are 7 laps to go right now. Do get a safety car now, though, unfortunately, as Osmanian is going to have his crash, and I believe pretty much everyone's going to be coming in. We're all going to be slapping on them soft tires and making it as fast as we can. Electric Blaze going to get himself a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flag. I'm not really sure what happened there, as we had the safety car out, so I don't know why we would need the yellow flag there, but it is what it is. Go around and have one more. Hopefully get ourselves back underway. down. Tires getting warm. Yeah, I guess we're going to do one more, unfortunately. So it looks like only King C-Dot has decided to stay out on some older tires here as we are going to make it way. We're going to have about 3 laps basically to go. Once we are back underway. As you can see, everyone's swerving to warm everything up, get the tires all going. There it goes, the safety car, and then you can see Younger back underway as we're aligning. We will have our final 3 laps. As we get a caution flag in the first sector, it does look like everything was cleared up and we're all good to go, as Younger is going to set the fastest first sector. As we're going to see, and we will not have the DRS open as of right now, but we do have Younger, Electric Blade, and Drofta all one after another fighting to keep. It is Younger trying to break as much of a slipstream as he can as he tries to cut into the inside to defend, causing Electric Blade to have to go around as King C-Dot gets passed by Mitch down in P5 there. As he looks to try and make a move up on the inside, but he also has to worry as Drofta goes around the outside, and that's going to drop the Alpha Tauri down to P3. As this unfortunate 5-second penalty, I'm not sure how that's going to go, as I don't think... it's a little unclear if that's going to stick or not, 'cause that seemed kind of odd, as Schultz making it up to P6 there. King C-Dot kind of left out to hung out to dry a little bit on those mediums, older mediums, as Drofta also makes his way past a Younger. Electric Blade looking to do the same. As he comes a little squiggly out through there, as Drofta trying to catch, or Schultz also trying to catch Mitch down in the background there. I'm not sure. We might get DRS for the final lap, which could get a little interesting. As we get a little bit of a yellow flag, as I think we have an Alfa Romeo who decided, yeah, the Red Devil, he is unfortunately going to DNF there as he went into the pits and DNF'd. That'll be the end for him. Drofta trying to do what he can to hold off Younger as they make their way through down the final time through the bridge before the long straightaway. And this is going to be the important straight. We're going to see here. DRS is going to be open. So we're going to see if Younger is going to be able to get his way around, as it looks like he's going to go to the outside. He is going to get ahead. The late break of Drofta as he's going to try and hold them off, as they're going to come right down to the final as a little bit of a tire bang. That is going to be Younger crossing first, as Electric Blade is going to get a 5-second unserved penalty, but again, probably not. But Drofta, Cam Tizzle, Electric Blade, the Johnny Damon, Mitch, King C-Dot, Racer X, Tin Man the Rowdy, Schultz, and Wolfsburg Tuner wrapping up that race. As who did that come down to the wire there? And once again, we do have our final podium with the Red Bull on top, followed by a Haas, and then a McLaren. And there's an order you don't usually expect to see. So, Younger with P1, Drofta in P2, Cam Tizzle in P3, Electric Blade P4, the Johnny Damon in P5, Mitch in P6, King C-Dot in P7, Racer X in P8, the Tin Man the Rowdy in P9, Schultz in P10, Wolfsburg Tuner in P11, and then after that we had Red Devil, Osmanian Devil, Gasboy, and Mediati all unfortunately DNFing on this one. And that will be how that ends. So unfortunately, a few people having a little bit of a rough day. But we will take a quick gander. As we have a fantastic ending. And great racing out of Drofta and Younger as well. Let's see. Not sure if Electric Blade's 5-second penalty will stick, as that kind of seemed like a weird thing. And after that, that is going to be our race. So a great race. Only a couple of safety cars. Much better. Much better. Day as a commentator for that one, so I'm a little cleaner, little easier time. As now we're going to have some conversations down in our Discord. I'm sure there's going to be some of those going on. And then I will throw this up as next week we will be going to Imola for the first of our 2 Italian visits. So a nice fast race with lots of fun and only 1 DRS zone. So we'll see how it all ends up playing out, but it should be a good time. But it looks like we might not have anybody hopping in to the booth with us today. I don't want to keep everyone too long here. All right, yeah. And so based on the people that are chatting, they're not coming in for any conversation. But with that, I will probably just wrap her on up. Overall, was a fantastic drive for everybody. Very clean. And we hopefully will have much of the same for next week. So I appreciate everyone for coming on by. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for swinging in. And we will hopefully have some more fantastic racing at the Dragon Racing League ready again for you in Imola next week. So hopefully you're able to come by. Hopefully we'll catch you there, and everybody have a great and fantastic rest of your evening. We will catch you later on. Ooh.